Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Abrar? Is that how I say that? Hopefully, I didn't get your name wrong there. Thanks for jumping on, man. Just a quick hangout today. Want to give you guys some updates. We could do a little Q&A. Show you guys a new game that I'm working on actually for the website. Yeah, right on, man. How's your Saturday going today? Ramadan, nice, very cool. Where you at? Where you located? Bangladesh. Awesome. Very cool. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Going to I'm going to demo the game here while we wait for some other people to join. Let me adjust the volume, a little loud on my end. So this is a game that I vibe coded using AI, and my goal is to embed this on the shop. So bootableusbs.com is my e-commerce Shopify store, and what I want to do is give you guys a fun game that you can play for absolutely free. You can play it as a guest, and then my thought was if you want to save your high score for an opportunity to win store credit absolutely free, all you have to do is create an account on the site, which is free. So it's similar. It's like a Flappy Bird's clone. Whoops. I'm not that great at talking and playing at the same time. But yeah, it's like a Flappy Bird's clone. I coded this with Codex. And yeah, it's kind of fun. I was thinking maybe if it catches on, we can do, I'll do a video where I vibe code a new game maybe every month. And like I said, there'll be a monthly leaderboard. And whoever wins will get some store credit, 10, 20 bucks, something like that. Absolutely free. Free to enter, free to play, and hopefully you guys have fun with it. Can't believe they actually got rid of Flappy Birds. I remember that game was so addicting, so fun. Let me see if you guys, throw a 1 in the chat if you guys like Flappy Birds, if you ever played that. I know I loved it. Super addicting though. So these are supposed to be data packets, the little green things. Maybe work on that a little. It has little 1s and 0s in that terminal green. And then it starts off easy. And the game should progress or progressively get more difficult as we go. So let's see if I can't run up a little high score here. I think I'm going to have this up on the shop within the next few weeks. I just found out that Shopify actually has an MCP server, so they do offer that to easily use AI or agents to AI code within your Shopify store. So that'll be great for adding this game and making sure it's set up correctly and securely. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think there's a few modifications I want to make. But yeah, it's like I said, it's like Flappy Bird, so instantly you kind of get hooked on it. Now this is just right now a single tap game, so the firing of the bullets is automatic. As soon as it senses an enemy, it just starts blasting them, right? So those big things that look like tuna right now, those are supposed to be a wire shark, hence the IT reference there. So you collect the data packets. 3 packets will get you a bullet, and then you can fire binary bombs at the wire sharks. I want to add some more different enemies and mix it up, right? So maybe I change the levels after a certain amount of time and/or points. Looks like it's speeding up a little here. I'm not sure if that's me or if the game is progressively getting faster. I think this is the longest run I've had so far. It's mostly been testing up to this point. What's going on, though, guys? Appreciate everyone jumping in. Looks like we're up to 6 people. Oh, and 19,000. That's my new record. Let me know where you're all from. Thanks for joining the live stream today, guys. It won't be a long one. I don't go live a lot, but just wanted to say what's up to all the community out there. And again, I appreciate you guys jumping on. If you haven't subscribed already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I am Damien. This is Bootable USBs. I own the shop, bootableusbs.com. And just wanted to come chat with the community today and give you a little bit of an update as to what I've got going on. So one of the big ones is this game here. And again, this will be on the shop soon, bootableusbs.com. And it's going to be absolutely free to play. And every month we'll have a leaderboard. And the winner or the highest score of the month will get a prize. Probably going to be in the form of store credit. So you can absolutely earn something for free. Hey, James. Is it James or Jamid Lock 83? I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. You purchased one of my Ultimate USBs. Thank you so much for the support. I think I might know who you are. Yes. I remember you as a customer now that I see that. Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate the support. Hopefully you're enjoying it, getting some good value out of all the tools on there, experimenting with the different environments, and just having fun with it. Right on. Thank you, Jeremy. I really appreciate it, brother. So like I was telling everyone, this is the new game. We're going to be out there, or it's going to be out there soon on the site, and free to play, free to enter, monthly leaderboard, high score is going to win probably $20 store credit. Use it however you want. Yes. No, I definitely remember that now. Sorry again for your loss, Jeremy. Hopefully you're doing better, man. I definitely sent up some prayers for you and your family regarding that. So I know that's got to be incredibly tough. I lost my dad when I was only 11 years old. So obviously anytime you lose a loved one, it's very difficult. So prayers are with you. Hopefully you're doing good, though. Were you the one that had the brother? Or am I thinking of someone else? There was someone, I think it might have been you. It's having a difficult time with it, so hopefully you guys are hanging in there. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. Wednesday is her birthday. Wow. No, man, absolutely. Yes, definitely the same guy. No, that's incredibly rough. Those times are very challenging. When I lost my grandma just a couple years ago, she was basically my mom and raised me, and that is hard. I know the Christmas, it was near the holidays, and the Christmas right after, she was always the glue of the family, and extremely hard. It gets easier, brother. Hang in there. Stick around your loved ones, support each other. You'll get through it, man. I promise. But again, thanks for your support. I really do appreciate it. Almost lost him too. Oh my gosh. Massive heart attack at 38 years old. Are you kidding me? Sheesh, bro. He's better now and he's engaged. Well, hey, to God goes all the glory, and that's amazing. Hopefully he stays healthy and you guys, are doing good. All right, let's run another round here while we're playing. Also want to talk about AI today, guys. This game was built with vibe coding, which makes things incredibly easy. A little bit scary how easy it is. I was watching Network Chuck recently. Big fan of Network Chuck. Obviously one of the goats in the space. And the dude, I thought he was kidding, but he was like, yeah, I almost quit YouTube. And I started watching the video. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? This dude's the goat. Why would you ever want to quit? But he had some valid points. AI is no longer like the future, right? AI is here now. I suck at this game when I'm trying to talk. AI is here now, guys. It's not going anywhere. Agentic AI specifically, OpenClaw, Perplexity Computer, Claude Cowork. I actually just signed up for Claude today. I had to get a pro account. We may be using that at work, so I got to familiarize myself. I've been OpenAI fanboy for the longest, but hey, I gotta try out different solutions to make sure I got the right one, right? Or at least I'm familiar with the tools and I know how they compare. But yeah, like I was saying, these agentic AI tools that are out there today are absolutely insane. I love them, and I'm scared of them at the same time. Not scared of them like I'm going to get compromised or hacked or anything, although that can happen if you don't set things up properly. If you guys are into that type of stuff, definitely check out my channel. I've got some recent videos on setting up OpenClaw, multiple ways, how to do it securely, how to isolate it, even how to run it with a local LLM. But when I say I'm scared of it, it's more like this thing's likely going to take my job. Like, let's be honest. I'm an IT manager. I do service management, manage ticket queues. I'm over the network team, the server team, de facto cybersecurity guy, all that good stuff. But 99% of my day is behind a keyboard, clicking buttons, typing, reviewing, interacting, things like that. I'm not out there wrenching on stuff. So there's not really a valid, great reason why an AI agent couldn't soon literally replace me. That sounds crazy, and if you would have told me that a couple years ago, I would have laughed at you like, yeah, okay. It's getting real, and it's getting a little bit scary. So my advice to you guys that are out there in IT, definitely start to learn, if you're not already, everything AI. I know it's crazy because it's changing so fast, but specifically today, right now, agentic AI. So these things that are nearly autonomous now, like OpenClaw and Cloud Cowork and things like that, Perplexity Computer, get to know them. Don't be afraid of them. Watch my videos or other videos on how to do it securely, but definitely get to know this stuff, guys. It's not going anywhere, I promise you. And, you know, it's kind of sad to think about, and hopefully I'm wrong, but I could see it replacing a lot of people that have desk jockey type of jobs where you're sitting behind a screen clicking buttons and typing all day, right? It's going to replace those people, and hopefully it puts them in a different position where they're doing something of, you know, higher importance, more creativity, things like that. But the way I look at it is, if the future is going to be driven by AI agents and robots, we better learn how to program, control, configure, manage these robots. As an IT manager, my job is to manage people. It could very likely be in the future, hey, you better know how to manage these AI agents, set up their teams. I mean, there's so much that goes into that, right? It's changing almost every week, it seems like. But familiarize yourself if you're in IT. Definitely love it or hate it. It's not going anywhere. I'm doing an incredible run here, by the way, guys. Maybe I should just keep blabbering because I got skills when I do that. But yeah, make sure you guys are not sleeping on agentic AI. It's never been more powerful, and it's never been more easy to access. So get your feet wet, get in there, check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's just kind of scary to think about sometimes. Damn, 33,636. Not bad. All right. So I've got some more chat here. Triple bypass. Good Lord. That is crazy, dude. Yeah, Network Chuck is awesome. He's the GOAT, man. Been using ChatGPT after swearing that I would never use it. No, I hear you, dude. There's a lot of people out there in the same boat, right? This stuff is here to stay. Exactly, Jeremy. 100% agree. Damien wins the highest score of March. I don't know, man. I'm sure once I release it, they'll... Hopefully, there's some people out there that'll really like it. Hey, by the way, guys, I just spun up a Discord server. If you guys are interested, check out my latest video. I did put well, not my latest. Let me just go ahead and get that right now and put that in the chat if I can find it here. I put an invite link somewhere on one of my videos. Let me find it. No, you know what I did? I put it on the community tab, I believe. Might change up this song. I've got some pretty cool 8-bit beats that I have access to. Pretty cool. I know I'm old. I'm 41 years old, and I'm in the 8-bit, 16-bit gaming era. That's my jam. I've got 3 kids. They're all at a birthday party with my wife right now, so I've got a little free time to live stream. But I don't have enough time to really invest in the newer games, even though they're amazing, right? Like the Call of Duty stuff and Grand Theft Auto and all that. I need something where I can just pick it up and play it for 30 minutes at a time. The new ones are too advanced for me to commit enough time to learn. But Grand Theft Auto, I do fancy me some GTA for sure. I like to just wreck stuff on there, not like I'm going for you know being a great player or anything. I just like to cause mayhem in there, to be honest. Let me find my link that I'm talking about here. Here it is. If anyone's interested, there's pretty much no one in it yet, which is fine. I just spun it up, but I'm gonna throw this in the chat here. And if you guys are interested in joining the Discord, hop on over there. Yes, sir, I did, man. I did take your advice. 43. God bless, sir. Yeah, you're right. We're not old. We're just getting better. All right. Let's run it again. You know, vibe coding is absolutely insane now. I've built some really cool stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen it all. I featured some of it on videos, but I built this app called My Earth. I built the USB game, and then I built some apps for my kids, like this addition game. My daughter's absolutely hooked on it. And then right now I'm actually building a spelling test game for her as well. And like I said, I got Claude today, so I've been using Claude Code. Claude Code is sick, dude. If you guys haven't checked out Claude Code, it's the best model that I've used for vibe coding. Like the results are amazing, and it seems to get things right on the first try. The only beef I have with Claude Code is you hit a limit pretty quick. Not super quick, but you will hit a limit if you're flicking it around, right? Like I coded an app and it came out really good. This phonics app that I built for my daughter. My 4-year-old is learning, how to spell and what the letters sound like and all that good stuff. So I built this for her. Hey, thanks for joining, Jeremy. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining the Discord. Hopefully we can get a little following there and have some fun in there. A little hangout spot. But I wanted to highlight something that Claude Code was able to do that I thought was pretty remarkable, right? So it uses let me turn this down a little bit more here. It uses the built-in text-to-speech models where it sounds like a robot, so that's fine. But when you try to do phonics, it's like and it sounds. I don't do a good robot voice, but it sounds kind of weird. And then it didn't get them all right. So what I did was I took a video off of YouTube and downloaded the MP3 for it. It's like a lady doing a phonics song. And I just uploaded the whole MP3 and I told Claude Code, I need you to review this entire sound, this MP3, and figure out where each letter starts and then chop that or splice that audio file into 26 different ones so that so that you can use it throughout the game. And dude, it got it right on the first try. I was like, that's pretty sick. I think it did transform it into text first, and then it parsed that with timestamps, and then it basically sliced it into 26 unique audio files. And it's pretty good. Like, it's for first try, it's actually really cool. Maybe I'll show you guys my Earth game. I think I still have it on here. Let me see. It's not really a game. It's like an Earth app. It's pretty sweet, though. See what I did with it. Yeah, it should be right here. All right, so this is the Earth app that I spun up. Full screen this here. Sorry. Yeah, so this thing is pretty legit. I did this in Codex, so I can imagine what Claude would do with it. But this was one prompt. I literally used ChatGPT to give me a really good prompt, and it created this entire web-based application using Node.js and a whole bunch of JavaScript to create an amazing app. So it looks pretty cool, right? Like you can see space, but you got to find the Earth, or you can just jump to a shortcut. It's probably going to be easier. So I'm going to jump to my location. Don't be weird, guys. Don't be stalking me, dude. So this is roughly where I live, right? So that's pretty cool. But check this out. You can zoom in on it because it's using like publicly available satellite images. I don't know if it's Google Earth or what, but you can get down pretty low to this stuff. You can zoom right in. That's not my exact house, but this is roughly around where I live. So it's using GPS to find that. But then we can jump to all these different shortcuts, right? So like these famous big cities. So maybe we want to jump over to Shanghai. And I think I have it on a mode where it's going to light it up. So let's see if we can't force dark mode, night mode, day mode. Here we go. Force day. There we go. So it was actually, might have been in force night or solar. So if we do that, we need to zoom out because the app basically lights up big cities. So let's go back to day. Yeah. And you can navigate around here, zoom in, zoom out. It's pretty cool though. Like it even puts cars on the roads, trees, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, no doxing. Don't be stalking me, man. Thanks, Jeremy. I want to show you guys another feature though, the Solar Live. So this, you have to zoom out to really get it. But as you see, like it's nighttime in Shanghai right now, apparently. And this will highlight the cities or the densely populated areas. It's incredible to think that this was done with one prompt, right? And then we zoom out, and since I have it on Solar Live View, it's going to show us exactly where the sun is, and that will be reflected by what part of the Earth is lit up with the sun and which parts are dark. So I thought this was like really cool. It's amazing right now what you can do with a single prompt using one of these AI coders. I did a whole video on it, so if you guys are interested, definitely check that out. But if you're paying for ChatGPT or if you're paying for Anthropic Claude subscriptions, you better be vibe coding right now because you need zero skills to do it. You pop in a prompt and it straight up works. Like it built this app in one prompt. I can't say that enough times because it blows my freaking mind. And then you can do things like jump to, let's go to Disneyland. And it just goes right to Disneyland, right? Like this is sick, dude. And it's all locally hosted. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It must be near Disneyland because I don't see any rides or anything, but yeah. It's really cool. And then you can have labels so you can see stuff just like you would on Google Maps. And then I went a step further and I built in like a world tour and then a prophecy tour. So if you guys are into the Bible, Christianity, this will take you on a tour and show you where different prophecies were actually fulfilled. And it'll talk through it. I'm not going to run that whole thing, but yeah, but it created like a whole tour for you guys to follow, which is for you guys, for anyone to follow if you're playing it. So just amazing. The technology is getting stronger every day, and it's probably coming from my job. So I don't know why I like it so much, but it's really fun to mess with. All right, 33,636. Let's see if we can smoke that high score. I am getting close, by the way, guys, to updating the shop with the new 2026 lineup. I'm testing all the images on the Ultimate USB version 3, which will be the biggest USB that I've ever built, 512 gigabytes. And if you guys have bought one, Jeremy should know, I don't, like for the big USBs, the 256 and above, well, right now 256 is the biggest one I have with the Ultimate USB version 2.x. I don't use a cheap flash drive. I use true portable SSDs. Transcend EST 310C or a Team Group X1 Max, just depending on which one is available at the time. These are true portable SSDs, and they are incredibly powerful and high performance. Read and write speeds, 1,000 megabytes a second. They're made to have continuous reading and writing, not like a flash drive where you're, occasionally moving files around. I'm literally running operating systems live on these things all the time, and I don't notice any latency when I'm running them. Comes with both an A and a C interface. Exactly. Thank you, Jeremy. Exactly, brother. Those are some solid USBs. And unfortunately, the prices on those have really gone up. I don't think I was responsible for that, even though I bought a ton of them over the course of 2025 and into 2026. I think it's just the super compute race where everyone's going for AI. Anything of quality as far as a chip goes, prices skyrocketing. Damn, hit that thing. One more time. We can beat it. We can beat it. Let me know what you guys think, though. This game, if there's any features or anything we should add. I wanted to keep it fairly simple so that it's easy and hopefully it gets addicting like Flappy Birds. But yeah, just at work, we ordered a bunch of new servers, hypervisors, and we stack them with RAM, like hundreds of gigs. I think we did a 0.5 terabyte in the last one. And my guy, one of my VARs, he calls me up. He's like, "Dude, you're gonna hate me." I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "I have to re-quote you." I was like, "You just quoted me last week." He's like, "Yeah, the prices went up." And I mean, the dude's really cool, but I had to check, if he's trying to sales pitch me, but not sure enough. Like everywhere, prices in RAM just went way up because, Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg, all these guys that are racing for AI dominance are just buying every chip in existence, it seems like, which is driving the prices through the roof. But yeah, I get it. I mean, the United States has to win the race for AI dominance. If we don't, I mean, hopefully it's one of our allies, because if a bad guy wins the race to AI dominance, it's going to be a very scary day. Oh, I didn't even think I touched that one. Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. They have gone up crazy. You're right, dude. Flash memory skyrocketing. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm going back and forth, so I didn't see your comments, but it looks like you were even saying that before I said it. So, if you're in the game, you definitely know, man. It's crazy. Let me zoom in a little, see if you guys can get a better look at this. There we go. You know what else is kind of crazy to think about is, even though they're not they are a real thing, but they're not here yet in a mass capacity, is humanoid robots like Optimus by Tesla. Unitree's got some cheap ones out there, but it's not going to be very long until these things are nearly perfected, right? And they're not going to have, well, they'll have flaws, right? But that's what's good about competition. It'll drive that up, and things will get fixed very fast. But humanoid robots are going to be a thing too, like a big thing. They're going to be everywhere. I think within 10 years, maybe less, we're going to see a ton of robots just walking around. It'll probably be a lot of businesses to start with, warehouses, manufacturing, things like that. But I think humanoid robots are going to be an everyday commodity at some point, just like cell phones. Self-driving cars is another one. I don't know if you guys have seen those. I forget the name of it. There's a company right now in Vegas. They have, 36,000 was a stretch, guys. They have fully autonomous cars that you just have a little app and you bing, pick me up, right? And just pulls up. There's no steering wheel. It looks like a little pimped out golf cart almost, right? And you just get in there, and it has a little interactive screen in there for music and stuff like that. But yeah, it picks you up and it drops you off. In Vegas right now, it's free. So if you guys are out planning a trip to Vegas or something like that, check it out. Again, I forget the name of the company, but I'm sure if you just Google it, you'll find it. It looks sick, though. I would definitely want to ride in one of those. But I don't know. I think there will be a period, too, where we're going to have a lot of self-driving cars on the road at the same time as cars with humans driving them, and that could be interesting. I think once it gets to the point where Zooks, exactly, bro. Thank you. Jeremy's on it, dude. Jeremy knows. Zooks, guys, check out Zooks. Zoox. Craziest thing I've seen in a while as far as self-driving cars. It can go forwards and backwards too, from what I understand, or actually what I saw in the demo. So both sides kind of look like the front, I guess you'd say. But it can drive forward and backwards, fully autonomous. There's no steering wheel. There's no people. I'm sure there's people monitoring it remotely and things like that. But it's pretty damn impressive. And right now in Vegas, like I said, it's free. You just download this app and sign up, I guess. And you can book an appointment to get picked up somewhere. And then, it'll give you a ride. And you scan, from what I saw, it'll pull up. And if it's your turn, the app lets you know, like, hey, this is your Zooks or your car. You scan your app by the car itself, and then the doors open, which is pretty legit. And then I guess the same thing when you're in there, it knows that you're the right person or whatever, if that makes sense. It looked like there was room for maybe 4 people. It's like 2 bench seats, 1 on each side. Plenty of leg room. Really cool stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I'm 41, so I've been around for a while. I remember when all this stuff that's now coming to life just sounded like science fiction, right? I think that's a lot of us, though. Like, there's some crazy stuff going on. But yeah, I also think that I was probably the last, not me personally, but within, 5-10 years, I think we were some of the last people to really experience a childhood without so much technology. Like, when I was little, if you had a Nintendo, you were balling, dude. Like, we got one eventually. But yeah, and you weren't spending all day on it like kids are now. We were out riding bikes, skinning our knees, getting dirty, building forts, building jumps. Like, we had a cool childhood as far as what we were able to experience. We may not have thought that at the time, but now it's just weird, dude. And I'm a parent. I've got 3 little girls. It's so different. I mean, I do try to make sure that they're limiting screen time and stuff like that. But it's just the new norm. All this technology and the way that it's going is crazy. What do you guys think about all that? Like, I don't know. There are cases, though. Like, I know people who, their kids, even in my neighborhood, I do see a few young kids that are out riding their bikes and stuff like that. But I think a lot are just stuck on Fortnite, TikTok, whatever the latest games are, right? It's a little bit scary, especially with like Roblox. I don't personally play Roblox, but I've heard some sketchy stuff about Roblox, like bad stuff. Like, your kids are on there, and it's just so easy for them to get, I don't know, exposed to predators and just bad things on there. And I don't know. I thought Roblox was like a kid's game. Ooh, I'm tooling here, guys. Look at this. Are we going to set the record? I feel like it's getting a little bit faster, so it does seem that the instructions that I gave to Codex are working. I've got a ton of data packets building up. Just notice that it looks like shots get capped at 12. So I guess I've got a 12-round clip in this magazine here. Not bad. Shooting my binary bullets at people. Not people. At wire sharks. Need to switch up the enemies, too. It's a little repetitive with just the wire shark. Maybe throw in some hackers in there or something. Maybe some firewalls. They're on fire. Oh, so close. 34-9. Humanoid robots. Maybe I can find me a cute female one. Yeah, dude. Believe it or not, Jeremy, there are some weird things going on overseas, like Japan, I believe it is. They are really taking a niche approach to companion robots from what I've seen, and it's kind of scary looking, dude. I don't know. I've heard some really weird things about what they're doing over there, like the way these robots look, smell, feel. Yeah, I won't go into detail, but it's kind of creepy what they're doing. I guess there's a market for it, so they're gonna do it. That's also in Vegas. What's that? What's also in Vegas, Jeff? Are you talking about the Zooks, the self-driving cars? Or are you talking about the human robots that we're chatting about? Yeah. No, like I think it's crazy and kind of creepy at the same time, but I would totally get not a female companion thing. I'm happily married, but I would totally get a humanoid robot like Optimus if it made sense, right? Like if it could cut my grass, walk my dog, do the dishes, fold the laundry, like actually give me time freedom back and my wife time freedom back, sign me up, dude. Yeah, there's going to be some stuff that would sketch me out about, what can it see, hear, report back, all that stuff, but we're kind of already halfway in that stage anyway. You got to be careful with your privacy. But I think I would get one. I think I would get one if it could do all those cool things and give you some time freedom back, right? All right, guys, I'm going for 40K. We can do it. I know we can hit 40K. Another thing I'm working on right now, too, guys, is a local. I'm looking for. Actually, I'm testing out a couple of local large language models, and I'll be running those right now just through LM Studio, which is fine because it does have the API. But I'm going to build a custom web app using a local vision model. I only have a 3080, so I've only got 10 gigs of VRAM. So it'll be a smaller model, but it'll have vision, and I'm going to build a web app that ties into that through the API in LM Studio, and I'm going to call it Roasties, like Roasties. So you upload an image, and it'll roast it. So it could be like a picture of your friend, or maybe some food that you made, or something like that. And its job is to roast you. So it's going to come back or come at you with like hardcore insults, and all for fun, obviously, right? But I was thinking you can even like use OpenClaw or something to leverage that model and then interact with social media. So maybe there's like a food group or just, I don't know, whatever, where people are posting pictures of themselves or anything. And then this bot uses our Roasties model to just cap on them hard. I thought it could be fun. Plus, it's cool. I don't know why, but I think using open models and local models. I was talking to a guy at work about this yesterday. It's just something cool. Like I kind of feel like a badass when I do stuff with a local model. They're obviously not as powerful or as good as the big dogs like OpenAI and Anthropic, Gemini. All the big models are obviously going to outperform them. But it just feels badass, like when you can do meaningful tasks, like build a game, write a script, inspect a image, like do things that are actually pretty cool with a local model. One of my hobbies, if you guys have followed the channel long enough, is animatronics and robots, right? So I mean, I thought I had that one. I'm not an expert, but I do love tinkering with robotics. I've been using Raspberry Pis for a decade at least, right? Damien about to go rogue. All right, let's check the chat here. Glad you're happily married, because if you remember, I'm also the one commented on one of your wife's YouTube comments. I said she was gorgeous. Ah, that's right. That's how I met you, dude. All love, brother. Now you're a good dude, because I remember you came and um, not that you needed to apologize or anything, but you just clarified. It's all good, dude. Who makes the robot police dog? I don't know. Is that Boston Dynamics? Probably, yeah. There's another company that does dogs really well too for cheap. I think it might. Is it Unitree? It's a Chinese company. Most of them are Chinese companies, but you can get a pretty cool dog. Robot dog. Yeah. So the go-to. I don't think this is used by law enforcement, but for $1,600, you can get a robot dog. True story, I was very close to buying the Unitree R1. I think it's the R1. Or is it the R5? Yeah, it's the R1, I think. It was like the $6,000 robot, right? I was close. I'm glad I didn't because after watching a lot of videos, it's not there yet. I may be cool to have a robot walk with you and, you know, interact with, but it's not quite there. But yeah, the R1, I don't know if you guys remember when the commercials first came out. Well, not like TV commercials, but videos on YouTube. It's really cool. Like it does karate and I don't know, it does karate. No, but it can do some cool stuff. It's bipedal. It walks around. Um, let's see. It says $4,900. Starting at $4,900. That's crazy, right? Pre-sale. But at the end of the day, I didn't buy one because I couldn't find one. Oh, this one's sick, dude. They got the Iron Man color scheme going there. I like it. Damn, now I want to buy one again. R1 Air. Okay. So that is a different one. Must be a lighter model. 4,900. It's tempting. But anyway, I saw some blooper reels where the thing was like on its back crawling around and could potentially be dangerous around kids too. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I still kind of want one though. So yeah, that was a little phase I went through where I had the money saved up and everything. I was gonna buy it, and I was like, better not. Might get in trouble with the wife. No. If I bring one home, it better be able to do the laundry or the dishes for my wife. Then I'll be all right. Because if it doesn't do anything that she likes and it's just gonna make for putting the kids at risk or something like that, she's gonna tell me get that thing out of here, right? I'll be sleeping in the garage with the robot. Yeah, no, you're right, dude. I did. I ended up investing most of that money. Trying to stack my retirement. Not that I have a ton, but the goal is time freedom. So if I can get out of the rat race a few years early, that's my goal. So while I have the chance, I try to put as much as I can away. Again, it's not a lot, but every penny counts. I guess it adds up. All right, let's get 40K, guys. What's everyone up to on Saturday? What are you guys doing? Just hanging out? Yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff in China too. Like, I'm assuming it's real, but you never know nowadays. But they had like a little army of robots. It looked like it was just walking around one of the cities, but there was a lot of them, and they were all walking in uniform. And I was like, oh shit, that's crazy, right? But I don't think it's that far off from being reality if that wasn't real. The technology is just moving so fast, and I don't think it's linear anymore, like Moore's law or whatever. Every 4 years, the technology doubles. I think it's just more parabolic now with these models training themselves and creating their own synthetic data to train on once they've scraped everyone in the world's data, even though they say they're not. You know they did. And they're even creating their own languages. So they talk to each other in languages, and even the smartest people that are building these things, they really don't fully understand what these models are doing. So it's a little bit creepy to think about. But I think we're in a window right now where there's opportunity just to reap the benefits before something bad may or may not happen. I think, like I was saying earlier, for you guys that have been on the stream the whole time, I think one of the things that's going to happen is job displacement. So people will lose their jobs to AI agents. I do believe that authentically. It's probably already happening and just not being reported at a mass scale. But dude, with the agentic AI and the autonomous AI, the way things are going, it's so easy to show return on investment for potentially replacing humans with AI agents. It's going to be a no-brainer. Like, it sucks because I'm a human with a job and I need money to support my family. But the fact of the matter is, they're just going to be smarter than us. They already are, and they're going to be better than us at a lot of things. and they're going to replace a lot of people's jobs. And hopefully that means those humans get to do more creative things that they find are more meaningful to them and provide meaning in their life and value in some form. But the stuff that you're doing today, if you're someone who works on a computer all day, no matter what you're doing, the agents are just going to be better if they're not already. It's not really a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Thank God for blue collar jobs, because people like welders and plumbers and mechanics, you guys are good for a long time. Truck drivers, I don't know. I think truck drivers are going out pretty quick too, to be honest. Self-driving vehicles are obviously a thing. Oh, dude, I thought I had it. We were just talking about Zooks in Vegas, and it's not going to be that much longer before that's the new norm, like self-driving cars, right? It's going to hit, I think it's going to hit like cell phones. Comes in, this big brick phone, and it's like, whoa, Zach Morris phone, right? That's funny. Everyone's laughing at it, like, oh, this guy's carrying this brick. And then fast forward like a decade, not even a decade, and you're the weird one if you don't have one, right? So I think you're going to see a similar thing with agentic AI and agentic AI in the workplace, I should say, and self-driving cars, fully autonomous cars. I think it's going to go down that same road. It's going to be like, oh, that's funny. Like, look at this gnarly-looking golf cart in Vegas that picks people up. And then before you know it, it's just like, oh, you still have a steering wheel? Why don't you go ride a horse? That's so old school, right? Like, it's coming. All right, let's see what's up in the chat. Just watched an Epoch Times video on a Spaniard who wanted to use PS3 controller for DJI vacuum, which led to finding a vulnerability of 7,000 other robots video and mic admin. Sick, dude. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's the tinkers that often find those vulnerabilities. Sounds cool though if he pulled off that DJI control with the PS3 controller. Something I would like to do. I actually did that back in the day, not with a vacuum, but I wired up a Nintendo Wii, the Wii Motion Remote, to a Raspberry Pi robot, and it was pretty cool. I was able to move it around. Watching college basketball tournaments right now. Nice. NCAA tournament starts this week. Who's your team, Jeremy? I don't really have one, but I do like to follow the tournaments. I used to get in the brackets and stuff like that just for fun with family. It's a lot of fun. Look at the drones being used already. Exactly. I want a drone. I have a drone, dude. I've got a cool little drone. It's a DJI Mini 3, and it's sick. It's very windy. I live in Fontana, California. The wind blows almost all the time. It's not windy today. I should probably get out there and fly it, but I do enjoy flying it. It's really cool. My kids love it too. We may get some severe storms here tomorrow, Arkansas. And then on the backside, could get a dusting of snow. Hey. Well, hopefully those storms aren't too crazy, dude. Speaking of Zach Morris, I started to talk to someone the other day here in my city. He never heard of Saved by the Bell? What? Okay, he must be young. He's got to be a kid. Not that you're talking to kids, but he's got to be younger, like 20s or something, right? If you're my age, your age, dude, that's a sin. If you haven't heard of Zach Morris and Kelly Kapowski, like, come on, dude. Kentucky Wildcats. All right, cool. I've never even been to Kentucky. Well, must be something about the Wildcats you like. Our Wi-Fi is mapping our environment. It sure as hell is, dude. You're not lying. He was like 24. All right. I mean, I guess I give him a pass. Did you talk him into checking it out? Because to this day, I freaking love Saved by the Bell, dude. It's one of the GOAT shows of all times, in my opinion. I mean, Zach Morris, like the actor, I forget his name, he never went on to do anything that was like super popular after that, but he was the shit in that show, right? And it's really sad what happened with Screech. The hell was his name? Dustin Diamond. That dude, man, he had a rough life after that show. Like, went downhill. Well, thank you. Dude, you're on point, man. You're just full of knowledge there, buddy. Mark Paul. I remember his first name was, or Mark Paul. I remember that part. You know, obviously the most successful on that show was Slater, though. I mean, that guy just stayed in incredible shape, and he's really got a lot going on. Stayed on top of Hollywood there. And he seems pretty genuine. I mean, I don't obviously know him or anything, but he doesn't seem like a douche. Could be wrong. I was watching something the other day. I think it was on YouTube. It was like, "Where Are They Now?" or something like that, right? And it's pretty interesting. It was Saved by the Bell cast. Mr. Belding, he was awesome. He's still a big advocate too. Probably the strongest advocate out of all of them for Saved by the Bell. Jesse Spano, you've got good taste, my friend. But you don't want to mess with Slater's girl, dude. Slater was a big boy in high school. All right, let's give it another run here. $40K is the goal. Disney does have some bad stories, dude. Disney is a freaking curse, Jeff. I mean, my kids watch Disney, and I got some really good memories from the days when Disney was dope, like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, like the old school legit Disney movies, right? Lion King was Lion King and Aladdin were two of my favorites. The classic ones though, not the remakes. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the curse of Disney, right? Like, look at all these people, dude. These kids that were Disney stars who turned out to have totally un-Disney-like, or at least the facade that Disney puts on, lifestyles, right? I guess that's just kind of how it works, though. Like, kind of like The Preacher's Daughter, right? Yeah, it's very interesting, though. I think it was Britney Spears, right? I don't think Justin Timberlake had some weird stuff, but he's probably one of the ones that didn't go so crazy. At least I don't follow Hollywood that close, but I mean, you had Jake Paul, right? Like, come on. Can't knock the guy for his hustle, but yeah, he's out there. And Britney Spears. I know there's a bunch of others that I'm not thinking of, but crazy stuff. Preacher's Daughter is a good movie. I think I may have seen that. My wife gets me to watch I don't know if it's a chick flick, but you know, those kind of movies every now and then. Luckily, my wife also likes the stuff that I like. So. I'm a big zombie guy. I love zombie stuff. And sci-fi. Love a good sci-fi. But now sci-fi is kind of like real life. Remember iRobot back in the day. And I think we're not that far off. Or that movie AI. I don't know if you remember that with the kid from The Sixth Sense, where the mom gets a kid that's actually AI. The movie was like ahead of its time. It was pretty dope. Had a sad ending, but it's really good. I love that kind of stuff. Halfway there, guys. 20K. Let's go. We're cracking 40 right now. He's heating up. He's on fire. Those are my type of games, too. NBA Jam. Oh, I knew I missed that one. That's my fault. Damn. Is Saved by the Bell a Disney production? I did not know that, if that's right. NBC production. The new Saved by the Bell was Disney, though. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know that. You guys are just dropping knowledge in here. Appreciate it. A Lifetime movie. I probably haven't seen it then. I've seen some Lifetime movies, but I probably haven't seen that one. I need a girlfriend or wife who likes crime shows. I'm addicted to Forensic Files, even though I've seen every single episode. I also like those. I'm not like I don't binge them, but I do find them interesting for sure. Crime shows. I think I've seen Forensic Files, like CSI type stuff. Definitely interesting for sure. Am I concerned with Palantir? Yeah, I'm concerned with a lot of these big companies right now. Yeah, NBA jammed it. That's right. Saved by the Bell 2020 version is Disney, not 2000. Okay, that makes more sense actually. Yeah. You can't beat the original Saved by the Bell though, guys. Just saying. The original was the GOAT. Well, I shouldn't say the original because I think it was actually Miss Bliss, wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Started out as Miss Bliss, or they were gonna spin it. They were gonna launch it as Miss Bliss. Maybe they did a pilot. I don't remember. It's coming back to me now. But it ended up being Saved by the Bell. I'm talking about the OG Saved by the Bell, though, right? Dude, you're reading my mind, bro. Like I'm saying this, and then I'm looking at the chat. Yes, I have seen it on. Yeah, exactly, dude. We're like connected. I think we might be related, bro. I've seen it on YouTube, only clips. Do you know where I can watch the actual full episodes? Because I would love to see some of that stuff. I know Zach was in it. I think he was, right? Yeah, some of the original characters were in it for sure. But then when it went to Saved by the Bell, that was the shit right there for me anyway. I loved it, right? There was like I don't know, 3-4 years of my childhood where like that was it. After school, run home, Saved by the Bell's on. Don't bother me, dude. I'm watching it. And then they went to like the college years. I still watched it because I was such a fan, but yeah, it wasn't as good. Yeah, dude, I download torrents all the time, bro. Of course. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you can point me to a link, I'd appreciate it, bro. Feel free to email it to me if you don't want to share. That's fine. Yep. See, we're like brain waves on the same. Appreciate it, man. Seriously, that'll give me something to binge. I like it a lot. Right on. Let's run it again. Actually, I need a sip of water, and I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee too here in a sec. Hey, before I forget, I think you guys are really gonna like the V3. I put a lot of work into it. I can't quite finalize it yet because I'm so meticulous about what I put out there, and I want it to be the best one ever. And it's going to be the best one ever by far. But it's from what I've got so far, it's really sick. Here's just a sneak peek. This is my testing sheet. I'm gonna create a really slick, polished PDF for you guys or for customers who buy the V3, and I'm going to do it for all of my new ones in 2026. The lineup, I've got a typo here. But I'm going to end up creating a PDF for every USB I create in 2026. It'll give you guys tips, information on each one. If it only boots in UEFI or if it only boots in standard BIOS or legacy CSM, I'll note that. All kinds of little stuff, right? Persistence versus non-persistence. More of like a user guide to the USB, because I have gotten emails about, hey, this is really awesome, but what do I do with it, right? So hopefully that'll be a good starting point for people, along with a lot of videos, of course, as well. But this is what I've got so far. I did really consolidate the antivirus into one with UAX. If you guys haven't checked out UAX, check it out. It's a bunch of prepackaged antivirus rescues that you can boot into and scrub your machine. I've got a whole bunch of desktop forensics, pen testing tools, tiny OSs, random tools, Windows installers. Like these are pretty cool. Even got some legacy stuff on there for you guys if you like to go way back. And then some stripped down versions of 10 and 11, some IoTs. These are obviously all bring your own keys. I'm not trying to pirate Windows or anything like that, but these are customized Windows OSs. If you want to keep them and activate them, bring your own keys. You can get keys so cheap nowadays from third-party sites. And then a whole bunch of WinPE environments as well. So we're almost up to 100. And these don't include the premium, I would say the premium bootable environments that I'm going to put on here would be the fully installed operating systems where I add a bunch of custom stuff. So just a sneak peek on there. I'm doing a lot of testing right now. I haven't finished it, but I think I'll have it wrapped up in the next few weeks, hopefully. I think I can kick that robot's ass, though, for us. I hope I can. We have to say that while we can, because in like 15 years, those things are going to be, yeah, you wouldn't even think about saying that. 40K, here we go. What was another? What was some other good shows you guys liked back in the day? Like let's say by the Bell. I know when I was really young, probably in elementary school. Must have been elementary or maybe just getting to junior high. TGIF. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the day, but I was raised by my grandparents. So me and my grandma, every Friday, that's how cool I was. I'd watch TV with my grandma on Fridays. But TGIF was the lineup, right? You had Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, some other good ones too. Those classic, wholesome TV shows, right? They just don't have that anymore for the most part. Everything's weird now. Like the TV shows are weird. I find myself watching only a very few shows with my kids, like SpongeBob. I can stand SpongeBob. He's actually pretty funny a lot of times. What are some other ones? Bubble Guppies, Paw Patrol. But yeah, there's some weird stuff. I have to monitor my kids when they get on YouTube. I probably shouldn't even let them on there, but they get the remote sometimes. They get on YouTube and they're not watching like adult stuff, but they're watching these things for kids. They're made for kids, I guess, but they're just so weird, like this brain rot stuff, right? Like, turn that off, dude. What are you watching? But it's crazy when you look at them. Sometimes I'll stand back and I'll just look at them. It's like their eyes are peeled and they're just like drooling. I'm like, turn that crap off, dude. Or they'll watch these people playing with toys, and I'm like, well, you have a million toys. Why don't you just go play with your toys? You want to watch other people play with your toys? I don't get it. Crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old. No. Jeremy already said I'm not old. Thank you. But maybe it's just my age. But it seems like things are getting weirder and weirder. And I'm on a roll here, folks. Let's go. So I was thinking about, if you guys just jumped on, you didn't hear the beginning, I was thinking about creating different games every month or every few months, and these will be on bootableusbs.com, my shop. I'll have a games page, and as you can see here, this is kind of the prototype version where I'm testing it and building it, but there will be a monthly leaderboard, an all-time leaderboard, a daily challenge, all that good stuff, but I'm thinking every month I'm going to do a prize, so whoever has the highest score of the month will get some store credit. Probably be about $20, something like that, but you can spend it on whatever you want in the shop. And it gives people something fun to play, right? But I was going to build maybe a different game. I don't know if it'll be every month, every couple months, whatever, but maybe something like a Contra game, a Mario clone. Just get creative with it. Hey, I appreciate it, Jeremy. Thanks for the email, brother. Let me jump back up here. Latchkey Kid. TBS for years, yep. IMDb also gold, yeah. Yeah, man, I remember, like, the cartoons back in the day were good, too, right? Like, who remembers Darkwing Duck? If you're in trouble, you call DW. That was my jam, dude. And He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Hellcats, G.I. Joes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was my jam for years. I don't know, they don't make them like that anymore, dude, I swear. It's just weird stuff now. It's because everyone's so sensitive now, too. Like, everything's all weird. Gotta collect these data packets to get my my ammo clip filled up here, baby. Hey, another thing I've been working on, too, guys, is obviously very into vibe coding right now, but I vibe coded my own fitness app. Always been a big guy, you know, I'm up and down. But I did 75 hard a few months ago, and I ended up losing 40 pounds. So I lost 50 pounds total, but I lost 10 right before I started 75 hard, and then I lost 40 pounds. I was all the way up to 291. The heaviest I've ever been was 350, believe it or not. I've got some pictures of that. It's not very pretty, but if you want to see it, let me know. But yeah, I got up to 291, and I said, man, I got to lose some weight. Got kids. I'm over here sweating, tying my shoes. So I did 75 hard, got all the way down to 241, and then the holidays came. So I had Thanksgiving, I had a Christmas cruise, you had Christmas, my birthday is December 26th, the day after Christmas. I've got every excuse in the book, guys. I was eating like a fatty, drinking good beers and just packing them on. So I ended up putting 30 pounds back on in just a few months. So I was back up to 271. And I knew I had to do something. I was going to do 75 hard again. And I said, nah, let me just vibe code my own app. So I vibe coded a program called 12. And I spell it like this, TW, and then all capital HELL, and then VE. So it's like 12, right? 12 weeks of hell, kind of like Hell Week. And it's been working pretty good so far. I am 19 days in today, and I'm down over 16 pounds. It comes off quick in the beginning when you get as big as I am, or was, whatever am is, was. But yeah, it's fun because I made the app, right? I've got an Android version. It's local only right now. I can do backups with JSON and things like that, but it's a challenge. You have to track your macros, your calories. You have to work out twice a day, or you can do one workout that's not a walk or a run, so not step related, and combine that with 10,000 steps. So one workout plus 10,000 steps, but the first workout can't be steps. Or you could do two different workouts. So it could be like cycling and, damn. It could be like cycling and weights or whatever, right? So two workouts. You got to drink a gallon of water a day. But unlike 75 hard, the gallon of water has to have electrolytes in it. So that's a big difference. You have to track your macros. You have to spend 30 minutes a day on personal growth. So that could be a side hustle, a self-improvement book, whatever. And what else? I don't know. If you guys are interested, I can share the app with you, though. Right now, it's just local only, but I plan on publishing it out on the App Store eventually. Could you build a basketball three-point shooting contest game? Dude, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yes, I can do that. But I can't find one anymore. Yeah, dude, I think we could vibe code one up for sure. Definitely. Darkwing Duck. David the Gnome. Eureka's Castle. Dude, Eureka's Castle. My wife thought I was full of shit when I told her about that. She's like, what are you talking about? You're imagining that. I said, no, that was a show back in the day and I loved it. Let me make sure we're talking about the same thing. Yes. Dude, I told my wife, I was like, you don't remember that one? It had like the little dragon and the bat with the big ears and the glasses. And she's like, what? She's like, that's not real. I was like, yeah, you're like almost the same age as me. You have to know about that. Dude, I think we might have been separated at birth, bro. We're into a lot of the same stuff here. We've got the mind melt thing going on. Yes. No, I totally love that show. It was different too. It was unique, right? It was kind of like I don't know, like a cross between Mr. Rogers and something else, but it was legit. I loved it. But yeah, I think we could definitely do a three-point shooting game, man. My Cloud Code tokens renew at 4 o'clock p.m. my time, so that's still like an hour and 40. Just gonna be hanging out playing this game though for a bit, guys. My wife and kids are at a birthday party right now, so once they come back, I am gonna cut it off. Just because I don't want my kids running around here like crazy on the stream. But once my points renew, yeah, I'm gonna be vibe coding some more. I don't know if you guys would be interested. I could do a live code. Do a live stream sometime on a vibe coding session. If you guys would be into that. Central time, yeah, you're 2 hours ahead. Nice. When I'm at work, I always wish I was on Eastern time. Be done 3 hours earlier. But I'd like to start on my time. I feel like this game is missing something. Like we need something, maybe like little warp portals or something. We need a little something extra on here. It's fun though, don't get me wrong. And I definitely want those data packets to look cooler. I feel like it's hard to know those are data packets. They look like a control screen from a 1980s submarine or something. I don't know. Again, this was done in Codex, so OpenAI with one prompt. I'm sorry, my Earth game was one prompt. This was a few prompts back and forth. But I'm going to build this in Claude Code, and I'm curious to see how much different and hopefully better it comes out. One thing about Codex is the theming, like I don't know if it's the CSS or just the JavaScript or whatever they're doing. It's very similar on all their apps. They build their web apps. Maybe it's just the color scheme that makes them all look the same, but it's very similar. USB runner. It's just a name that the Codex gave it when I was vibe coding, so maybe we'll do like a naming contest, or you guys can think of names for it. We'll pick a cooler name. USB blasters or something, I don't know. Probably shouldn't even look at my score. Now that I glanced at it, I see that I'm halfway to 40. You guys have a favorite game from back in the 8-bit, 16-bit era? I was obviously a big Mario guy. Mario 3 was one of my favorites. Sonic the Hedgehog, I love that. Contra. A lot of the classics. Those are my jam. Actually built a MAME arcade 15 years ago. Maybe about 12 years ago, something like that. Built it from the ground up. Cut the wood, painted it, put on the vinyl, everything. The lights, the speakers. I had a subwoofer in there. It bumped, dude. A couple 6x9s and a subwoofer. It was loud. Had all the different emulators. The arcade had over 10,000 games on it. Ooh, baby, I'm cooking now. Let's go. Let's go, Brandon. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Don't judge me, guys. Oh, I was so close. Why did you do that? Oh, I did. I would fake sick to stay home just to watch Eureka's Castle. I mean, if you're going to skip, it's totally worth it if you're going to do that, dude. And David the Gnome and a few others. David the Gnome, I'm going to have to look that up. I'm sure I've seen it. Was that the one with all the gnomes? Yeah. I thought, you know what? I thought it was called The Gnomes, to be honest. I'm stupid. But yeah, I definitely watched that show a lot, too. The Smurfs. Heard some weird stuff about the Smurfs, but as a kid, I thought it was cool. Yeah, dude. Definitely faking sick and watching awesome classic cartoons was legit. One of my favorite things was, like I said, I was raised by my grandparents. The Price is Right, believe it or not. I love staying home and eating chicken noodle soup with those little square soda crackers and watching The Price is Right with my grandpa. I think he knew I was faking it. Sometimes he didn't care. He let me watch it, though. He was pretty legit. Anyone else have an Atari 2600? I don't. We did as a kid. We had one that my uncle gave us. It was a lot of fun. We used to play tanks on it. Me and my brother would fight over anything, so tanks obviously made us fight. It was a lot of fun. Commodore 64, yeah, that would be cool to have a physical Commodore 64. I've emulated all this stuff, but it's not the same, let's be honest. Someone remade the 64 in the last year? Really? Let's check it out. Was it 2025? We're talking about this guy right here? Analog? Sick, dude. Reimagining of the N64 in 4K resolution. 10 times the resolution. Dude, that would be so sick to play GoldenEye. Like classic mode, but super sick resolution on one of those big-ass 100-inch TVs now. Analog is 100% compatible with every original N64. Wait a second, you can play the actual carts? Are you serious? So you can play the original N64 cartridges and get them in freaking 4K? No. What? Dual band Wi-Fi, 4 original style controller ports, entirely new next generation analog hardware featuring 3D OS engineered entirely in FPGA. No emulation. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie. I love that freaking game. One of my mom's friends let me borrow, I think it was their kid's N64 one time for some reason. Maybe they were in trouble. And I played that game for like over 2 or 3 days. I must have put like 20 hours into that game. I didn't beat it, but it was a lot of fun. I wanted an N64 after that just to keep playing that game, and I never got one. Not as a kid. This is really cool, though, dude. Oh, thank you, dude. I didn't even realize you guys couldn't see my score. I'm such a dumb. Let me move that. You can tell I don't live stream hardly ever, right? But maybe if I put it here, let's bring the game up. But yeah, this is actually really cool, dude. I would love to see this with like Sega. Well, you probably couldn't really get 4K. I don't know. I'd love to see it on other retro consoles as well. I'm gonna have to check that out. Did it say what the price was? Buy now. Okay. I mean, that's not the end of the world. $270 for a 4K N64. I like it, dude. 100%. This is crazy. 100% compatible with the original N64 games, all of them, and you get 4K resolution. I'm gonna have to look into that because that's something that's right up my alley, to be honest. I'm a retro Pi guy too, like Raspberry Pi with RetroArch on it to play all the retro games right on the Pi. I love that. My kids are getting to the age where they want to start playing games, and I'm not gonna let them get into gaming without knowing where it came from. Like, you got to teach them the roots, right? All right, can you see the score now? I'm just gonna die real quick on this one, just to make sure you guys can see it. That's not a good spot for it either. Shrink it down and move it over here. There we go. All right. Now that you can see my score, I was just waiting for that. That's all. I was waiting so you could see it, for you could see it, and now I'm going to break the record. So let's go. Hold my beer. I'm about to break the record. I don't think it shows the record because I'm not logged in. I'm playing as a guest, but it was like 35, 36 and change, something like that. I haven't hit 40,000 yet, so that's my goal right now. Obviously didn't get it there, but we will. The Smurfs all choked each other. That's why they were blue. Yeah. They did some weird stuff from what I heard lately. I don't know. I guess supposedly it's related to like, I don't know, witchcraft or evil, demonic stuff. Who knows? 6,000 archived DOS and console games, even Win 3.1. Yeah, dude, that's legit. I use dial-up on 300 baud. No, you don't. Someone remade the 64. Yeah, that's what we just looked at. It was pretty dope. Okay, Jeremy says the game you're playing, maybe put some fire things in there like Mario has. I like that, dude. Like the little spinning fireballs. Like that for you to avoid. Yes. Maybe even like some. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Instead of maybe like I said something like a black hole or a warp. Maybe we use like tubes or a combination of things where you can go in a tube and warp out another side or something. I don't know. Jeff is buffering. Is he the one that said, yeah, you're on dial-up at 300 baud? If you're serious, I'm surprised you can watch this at all, bro. That's insane. I have 2 Raspberry Pis right now. I have the WH, and I also have the Pi 3. It's awesome, dude. I have 2 or 3 Pi 4s and a Pi 3. I never got the 5. No, I'm sorry. I think I have a Raspberry Pi 2, 2 4s, and a 3. I think I might have 5 total. It's been a while. But at one point, before AI and vibe coding, I actually built a poker table, and each player had their own touchscreen Raspberry Pi. I never finished it 100%, but I did get it to where you could play. The part I couldn't figure out was the actual mechanical part, because I had it so that you could use your money, like your credits. You could insert money, and then it would say you got $20, and you could play poker with it. But you could also play side games like blackjack, slot machines. But the coolest thing was you could buy beer. So if you're at the poker table, and you wanted a beer, you click beer. And I was trying to build this mechanical like trolley system underneath the table where you had a refrigerator, and it would pull the beer out depending on which kind of beer, IPA, whatever that you selected, and it would debit your account, and then it was supposed to deliver the beer and come underneath the table up and put it right in your cup holder. I worked for like months on that thing, and I couldn't quite get the mechanical part. I had all the programming and logic and everything like that built out, but that beer delivery system didn't quite work. Maybe I'll come back to it because I think it would have been pretty sweet. Awesome, man. Yeah, as soon as I'm off here, I'll definitely check my Discord and let you in for sure. Yeah, if you guys are interested in the in joining the Discord server, let me know. I put a link in the chat earlier, so trying to grow that. I just spun it up like 2 days ago, so there's pretty much nobody there yet. But yeah, I think it'll be cool if we can build a little community there, hang out, talk tech, share tips. Just chill. All right, 40K, let's go, baby. Blasted that wire shark. The shark is supposed to have a Cat 5 like tail. It doesn't really look that prominent. I have to tweak that. And maybe Claude Code, like I said, will do a better job. Ooh, thought I was going to lose already there. Just kidding, I didn't think that. I knew I had it. Had it the whole time. Yeah, dude. Appreciate you sharing the Miss Bliss. I haven't checked to see if I got it yet, but that's going to be really cool. Definitely be watching that. And I mean, it's something that's, it's wholesome enough to where I can watch it in front of my kids. A lot of the things I like watching are zombie or sci-fi, and I mean, not stuff you really should be watching in front of a 2, 4, and 6-year-old. Yeah, I like that idea with the fire because that would give us a little more obstacle avoidance. It's supposed to get harder as we go, and obviously, for me anyway, it's hard enough. But I think that would be more entertaining to have additional things to avoid here. Maybe we do something like fragmented packets, right? And then once you get enough packets, right now it's 3, but once you get enough packet fragments, you have a whole packet, and then you can shoot a packet at a bad guy. It's kind of the concept already, but maybe it just makes more sense from a visual perspective if we build it that way. Oh, snappers. Let's go. You know what I was thinking about too? Like, it'd be fun to have OpenClaw play one of these games, and then, if needed, use like a small machine learning, like with reinforcement, to see how good it can get, and if it could ever become just like God mode where it never loses because it has it down so good. I bet it would work too, just because it's basically just predictability of when to push the button, right? So you could just gauge that on how fast the game's scrolling, how far the pipes are, the deltas in the horizontal distance between you and the pipe, things like that. And that probably sounded stupid, but I'm sure to AI, I would just be like, oh yeah, no problem. Beep, beep, boop. I was also thinking about making the... Damn it. I was also thinking about making the bullets not auto fire, but I don't know if hitting multiple buttons is would be ideal or not. Oh, are you talking about the Commodore 64? Or were you talking about the remake of the N64? Huh. You were talking about somebody who remade the Commodore 64, and I went down a rabbit hole and looked at somebody who remade the N64. That's funny, dude. Why does your Magic USB add a feature for long distance Android phone tapping? What's up, bro? Hey, you're the one that joined my Discord server. What's up, bro? No, maybe that's not you. Was that you? One of you guys. BBS dial-up was my Commodore 64. The 1200, 2400 baud modem was common in the late 80s. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember having a 56K modem, and I thought I was like hauling ass with AOL back in the day. And then someone would pick up the phone and your shit dies. It's crazy. Maybe that was DSL. I remember going to DSL from dial-up, and I was like, "Damn, I'm the man. I'm flying, bro." The game. This is a new game that I vibe coded. Right now, it's called USB Runner. We're trying to think of a cooler name. You are the one that. Oh, you're the one that joined. Yeah, I know you joined, brother. There was someone else that joined, like right when I spun it up. I don't know why I thought it was that name. But anyway, yeah, the game is something that we vibe coded. I'm going to put this on the shop, bootableusbs.com eventually. And we're going to do a challenge every month to where the highest score of the month will win a prize, probably store credit. It'll give you like $20 to the store to spend on whatever you want or something like that. And then we'll probably switch up the game every month or two to keep it fresh. So right now it's like a Flappy Birds clone. I'm going to show you here in a second. And I'm going to get 40K right now because that's my goal. I haven't hit it yet. I will get it eventually. And yeah, we're going to switch it up. Maybe do like a Mario clone. Maybe we'll do like, I don't know, a Tetris clone, Pac-Man clone, Contra clone. I'm from the 8-bit era, the 16-bit era, so I like those type of games. And obviously they're a lot easier to build up than a freaking Grand Theft Auto clone or something, right? So yeah, let's run it. Call waiting ruined many of long downloads. Yes. 1,000,000%. I feel your pain. The kids now have no idea. Everything's just always connected now. I'm an IT manager now, but I was a network engineer for years, and it's amazing how much networking has evolved. I wasn't a network engineer back in the dial-up days. Thank God, I think. I don't know if I would have liked that very much. It's all been Ethernet based ever since I got into it anyway. But yeah, even the technology just changes so fast. I remember 1 gig backbones were, hey, you're great, you know. Now it's like 10 gig backbones are starting to be, yeah, you're probably not ready. So we're going to be moving our data center to the next few years, and I'll be going single mode fiber, minimum 40 gig backbone, probably aggregated 40 gigs from each IDF, just for future proof. But that those single mode runs are very important because you want to make sure that you have the capability to support faster SFPs for future proofing. But yeah, networking, technology in general, but networking's come a long way. And I mean, I think you'll always need, we were talking about AI displacing IT jobs earlier. I think you're always going to need a network engineer that's, you know, a Cisco ninja. You need someone there physically because cables need moved, runs need pulled. things do break, they fail. You're gonna need at least one guy. But even like switch configs and things like that and troubleshooting, AI is already getting really good at it. It's not as good at that as it is programming, but yeah, like the context windows are getting big enough now. You can give it knowledge, so I can just give it the entire knowledge base of whatever Cisco core switch or router or whatever I'm working on. Give it links to the Cisco website with all the knowledge and configs and everything. And then I point it to my running config, starter config, whatever, and say, hey, I'm having these issues, or I need to do this. It's gonna get it right most of the time. Like, hey, you need to do this. I don't trust it enough to let it run my network configs yet, but I obviously trust it enough to do a lot of vibe coding. But I use it for reference with networking. It's just a matter of time, though, guys. Like, it's getting to that point. Oh, you know what? Oh, I thought I was gonna die in the game. You know what's crazy? I don't know if you guys follow it, but they're doing brain cells on chips now for AI learning, and it's learning like better than just the pure AI combined with chips, right? So they're growing brain cells out of like skin cells or random stem cells or whatever, right? So they're actually growing pieces of brain matter, and then they're wiring that up to processors, and they're connecting that to games like they started with Pong, and the brain cells were able to learn and get better at Pong. They just, damn, knew I was going to die there. They just did, 32,000, I was close. They just did Doom. So the brain cells, it's like a little petri dish looking thing with a processor or a chip on it. And then the brain cells are on top of it, and they're talking with electrical signals, right? Because your brain fires off electrons or whatever, right? It's electricity at the end of the day. It was able to learn Doom with like positive reinforcement and actually navigate the game and shoot and kill. And it's fucking weird, right? It's getting weird, guys, and I think it's going to get a lot weirder here in the next few years. For sure. Walmart is on the way, my wife said. Watch out for the Walmart delivery. All right, let's check the chat here. Somebody said I look like I'm in my 30s. I appreciate that, brother. I'm 41. Click and shoot. Not bad. It's not, I'm not actually clicking. It might sound like that. It's my keyboard. You can use the mouse too, though. Oh, add a remote. My bad, dude. I misread that. Add a remote Android phone tapping feature so you can spam warnings on his phone. You won't misuse it. All right, all right. I think you could technically play this game if that's what you're talking about. Or maybe you're talking about my USB. You said Magic USB, so I'm not sure if you're talking about the game or if you're talking about the actual Ultimate USBs. Oh, 65 years old, and he lived through the days like CompuServe. Yeah, you've been there, dude. Yep. I don't know if you're in IT, but if you were, you got to see the whole evolution from how it started on up. And AOL, yep. Yep. I remember AOL as a kid, and it wasn't unlimited, so you really had to be careful how much you were using. You could rack up a bill quick. Anybody remember Net Zero? It's kind of one of those, it was the 90s, early 2000s, I forget, but I remember being on Net Zero for a while. It was a turd, but I mean, it was free, so it worked sometimes. Multi-mode isn't fast enough. Multi-mode is not fast enough for Multi-mode can be fast enough. Let me correct myself. It's actually more cost effective once you get above that 10 gig barrier to run single mode. So single mode is going to be, if you're going to be doing 100 gig, 40 gig, 100 gig, 400 gig, when you start getting into the big boy territory, single mode makes more sense. Also from, believe it or not, an SFP standpoint. So the small form pluggables, the GBICs, the fiber ones, they're cheaper on multi-mode for sure when you're talking 1 gig, 10 gig. But once you start getting into big boy territory, the single mode SFPs actually start to outprice in a good way, right? They're cheaper than the multi-mode SFPs. I was talking with a data center architect not that long ago. We were doing some initial planning. So it just makes more sense nowadays if you're running new runs for your infrastructure, for your backbone, to go single mode. When did we start to have maybe a primitive modern internet? Way back in the day, where we transitioned from dial-up modems. I mean, DSL, I think that was the first one that I experienced, right? I remember having DSL, and then like these people in chat rooms would talk about, I got a T1, I got a dedicated T1. And I thought that was so fast, right? But it's not really that fast. It's just more that it's dedicated. T1's actually pretty slow. I believe I was around 18 or 20 years old. Had an Atari computer, CompuServe, 752163210, and then there were parity adjustments. Yeah, you're talking about some old school stuff right there, Lon. Lon Dog. Been around, brother. I wonder if creating human brain cells is really a method of creating some type of unlimited storage capacity. I don't know, but I think it's fucking weird. I think it's crazy as shit, dude. When you see that, like they're actually, let's pull one up. Mute this site. Let's check this out real quick. So human brain cells are now playing Doom, if you guys haven't seen it. Just watch one of its shorts. Well, this one's Pong. This guy talks about Doom. Let's see.
Scientists already built a computer using brain cells, but they left one big question unanswered. Can it run Doom? In 2021, Cortical Labs introduced DishBrain, where 800,000 neurons learned to play Pong. Fast forward to 2024, and they released the CL1, a fully deployable biocomputer that allegedly consumed less power and learned faster than modern AI algorithms. But not content with locking the human mind in a metaphorical hell, researchers wanted to understand how it performed in a digital hellscape, as the Doomslayer. To achieve this, different electrodes representing parts of the game world, such as the position of walls or enemies, were translated into specific electrical signals, sent into particular regions of the neural network. That stimulation became the neuron's sensory input. The neurons then responded by firing their own electrical signals that were recorded by the chip and translated into the software into game actions, like turning, moving forward, or firing a weapon. The important part is the feedback system. When the neurons perform useful activity, like aiming and firing correctly, they receive a stimulation that is predictable and structured. But when they behave poorly, the system returns a noisy, chaotic signal. Because neurons try naturally to minimize unpredictable input, the cells gradually learn firing patterns that keep the signals stable. In just 7 days, the neurons learned to play the game pretty effectively, or in scientific terms, they got good. The CL1 might not yet be able to dominate the competitive scene, but if we can teach neurons to master a 3D game, we're one step closer to using biological computers to control high-precision robotic arms or manage complex tasks that are difficult for traditional logic-based chips.
That's insane. That's absolutely gnarly, dude. I mean, you can see where that's going, right? It's like you're gonna have these half android, half human looking things. Just, I don't know. Crazy times for sure. Hey, you guys follow any of the de-extinction stuff out there where they're bringing back the woolly mammoth and different things? I think that's super interesting too. You remember Net Zero? Yep, you got mail. Remember that for sure. I don't know. She ordered something from Walmart I don't know about. We're gonna find out, dude. Better be groceries. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. Your robot will have a synthetic brain. What could go wrong? Yeah. Exactly. Netscape Navigator, yep, I remember that. I did have DSL as a kid. What year? I don't know. Let's look it up. Yeah, so like the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s for sure. So I was probably like, it's probably like 13, 12, 13. I was born in 84, so it was probably like 96 to 2000 when I was using AOL and then or dial-up with AOL and then finally DSL towards the latter part of that. And then I remember when they finally came out with like unlimited, you didn't have to monitor how much bandwidth you were using. That was like the first big step to spending your whole day online. What were you tinkering with? 286, 386, 486? What did I have back then? I was running a P4. I don't remember all the specs. I remember it was expensive though, and obviously today it would be a straight turd. Wolfenstein, yes sir. Putting things back in order from your generational time clock. Sometimes it's fun to look back. Tandy Trash 80 probably had a 286. The original 8-bit computer. I don't go that far back. I go pretty far back. I remember having a P2 and then we went to a P4. And that was expensive. I think it was like $1,000 or something. And it was, my grandma ended up getting that for us or helping us get it. I told her it was for homework. I mean, I did use it a lot for homework, but I was online. I was in like chat rooms and fight rooms and stuff. I was at that age, right? It's fun. I'm ordering a new head for your robot. Alright. Are you talking about my Walmart order, Jeff? Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have an integration between silicon and human body. Technology meets biology, right? I mean, look at what Elon Musk is already doing. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I think it could do a lot of good, but with the Neuralink, I mean, where they put you get a thing wired into your actual brain, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, no, you're right. The P4 was quite a bit after that. That's what I'm saying. I didn't go that far back. So when did the Pentium 4 come out then? Yeah, 2000. So it was probably in 2000 because I remember being at a computer shop in Fontana, Advanced Computer Resources. I think we probably got burned, but I was a kid. And that's maybe what they were just going for, but it was like almost $1,000 for him to upgrade the whole computer. Basically give us a new computer at that point with a P4. But before that we had a P2. 97, yeah. Sounds about right. Yep. 97 I would have been 12 going on 13. So yeah. I didn't really do a whole lot of computing before that. We didn't have a computer at home before that. My only memories of computers before that was like Oregon Trail at school. and maybe a little bit of HTML class or something like that, but it was super primitive. Let's run it. I'm gonna have to go check to see if the Walmart got delivered after this. I didn't hear the doorbell. My wife gets home and the Walmart's still sitting on the porch and I'm in here. She's gonna be pissed. But yeah, I was recently telling my brother, he's not into technology at all, but I was telling him about some of the stuff with AI, and then we ended up talking about Colossal, that company that's bringing the woolly mammoth back to life. He didn't believe me, he thought I was full of shit. I said, no, I'm serious, dude. I was like, in a few years, there's going to be woolly mammoths walking around. He's like, oh yeah, okay. Said, no, I'm dead serious, bro. And then he starts making fun. Oh yeah, Jurassic Park, you're going to have a raptor too? I said, who knows, maybe. It's just weird the stuff they're talking about with that Colossal bringing back the woolly mammoth. They're trying to say it's going to cure global warming, right? And they're like, oh yeah, it's going to go stomp all the ice in the Arctic or whatever so it's solid and it doesn't melt or something. I was like, what? You're bringing back dinosaurs to compact the ice? Isn't there a more effective way to do that? Maybe not. Maybe they're just full of shit too, I don't know. I feel a 40K run coming right here, guys. I feel like we need more power-ups in here too. We should have the ability to use power-ups whenever we want, so we could like speed through an opening, or maybe have like a shield at some point to where we get like almost like an extra life if we hit a pole or something, if we get specific power-ups. I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying that because I'm not able to get to 40,000 without more tools and power-ups, but let's go. Boom, baby, let's go. Yeah, what do you guys all think about AI? Are you guys using AI? Are you guys afraid of AI? What do you guys think about, what do you think the future is going to look like as far as AI? I think a lot of people doubted it when ChatGPT first came out. They were like, oh, that's cute. You can chat with this little thing and it tells you stuff. But if you're in the space, like, you probably realize it's getting extremely powerful pretty fast. Like I was saying earlier, it's as much as it excites me, it also kind of scares me because it could be coming from my job. I shouldn't say it could be. It's coming from my job. I just got to figure out how to stay ahead of it, right? That's kind of the key. And there's been other things, you know, that, oh, this is going to put everyone out of work. There's been other things, but this one feels different. And AI feels different because everyone agrees. They're not like, nah. They're just like, nah, that's probably going to happen, dude. And instead of people saying yes or no, the argument is more around timing. Like, when is it going to happen? There's not too many people who are like intelligent in the space who are saying it's not going to happen. It's more of like, when is it going to happen? Are we a year out or are we a decade out? That's more of the argument as opposed to like, nah, it'll never happen. Oh shit. You guys do that when you play games? Like lean your body? That's how you know you're old. My mom, I let her play PlayStation back in the day. Ridge Racer, if you remember that. It's like a racing game. She would contort her body like crazy. And I was like, you know that doesn't like move the car on. Like twisting her whole torso, right? I was like, Mom, what are you doing? She's like, shut up, concentrating. Damn, I don't. Oh yeah, 40K baby, 40K. As I say, I don't know if that was possible, but I guess if I hit jump a little earlier, I probably would have cleared it. 40K though. Woo, yeah, baby. All right, what do we got here in the chat, guys? Well, a very wise man once told me that knowledge is understanding terminology, which you could store in a chip, and the rest is experience and know-how, something like that. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's like knowledge versus wisdom. The point he was making is kind of an 80-20 split. Experience was only 20%. The rest was understanding vocabulary and terminology, something like that. Very smart executive. If you find some viable DNA, what you're saying can be created. I mean, I doubt very little now. Like, I used to think all this stuff was so far-fetched, but as it starts to come to life, it's like, what, like, I don't know. Are they going to find a way just to, I don't know how they do it, but I don't know how they did a lot of things that they did, right? That I thought were impossible. Like, can they somehow get the DNA of dinosaurs in a different way? Like a technology that we've never even heard of, who knows? Spent a lot of time lately talking to AI, kind of controversial aspect. Kind of in the controversial aspect of asking for information. I'm monitoring for the responses of various AI. That's good. You should. It's. I think a lot of people should be really analyzing what comes out of AI models. How each one responds. I'm not impressed with the Copilot. Dude, Copilot's a turd. I mean, Copilot, like, we use Microsoft, right, at work, and Copilot has its place. I built Copilot Studio agents, but they're not like GPTs. They're not as powerful. And they get overwhelmed. Like, I tried to point a Copilot agent at a SQL database with 50,000 tickets, and it was like... Yeah, the Copilot for me, Lon, is really good working with my 365 environment and enterprise setting, right? So I can tell it, like, hey, I've been out for a week, catch me up on my emails, or how do I prepare for this meeting, or what did Todd say about XYZ? And it'll search through all my files, my emails, my invites. If we record meetings, which we do a lot now, it keeps the entire transcript and it can parse all that and really give you some valuable information quick. But yeah, I hit 40K. I gotta go check the ports, make sure this Walmart isn't sitting there. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Looks like a few of you dropped. Don't blame me. That's cool. Probably won't be out too much longer. Glad I went out there and checked. We had fudgesicles. I'm on a diet right now, so they're like 40 calories a pop. They're bomb, dude. But I'm glad I didn't leave those out there much longer. They would have turned into a fudgesicle soup there. Got coffee. Is it too late to drink coffee at 3 p.m.? I don't know. Walmart delivers your meds. Yeah, dude. Walmart delivery is legit. I got the Walmart Plus, I think it's called, something like that. My wife ordered that. I think it's worth it, you know. When they first started it, it was super legit because you could do returns and they come pick it up. I was like, oh, this is legit. It's better than Amazon, dude. But now I think you have to drop it off. I mean, it's still easy enough, but. Miss anything in the chat? Let's see. You got some silly humor? Alright. I like that. I was gonna say, Lon, it depends on what kind of meds we're talking about, right? But hey. Alright, 40K is the goal. I already hit it, but let's see if we can beat that. Like I said, I probably won't be on here too much longer. But I did want to ask, do you guys have any recommendations for zombie movies or zombie TV shows or series? Obviously, The Walking Dead, I watched that. As far as zombie movies go, I've seen, I think, most of the big ones. I actually watched the entire series of Z Nation. That was actually pretty funny. It's good. But yeah, I'm into zombies. And I'm not a big horror flick guy. I mean, I don't mind them, but for some reason, just zombies is like fascinating. Relatively stable person, that's good. Diabetes is no joke, man. Hopefully, it sounds like you got it under control, that's good. Yeah, I've got, medical things that run in my family, so I'm trying to stay in shape, well, get in shape, I should say. So I'm doing this challenge right now. Having a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old, it puts things in perspective, you know? I do like to have fun and drink beers and things like that, but when you got little kids, it's like, man, I can't I can't even play with them without sweating so hard when I'm in, when I get heavy like I have been. So you gotta prioritize health sometimes. You gotta balance it though. You gotta still have fun. Ooh, I was turbo on that one. Hopefully you guys like this game. I will be making some modifications to it before it goes live on the site. I have a feeling there's going to be multiple people out there probably that can absolutely annihilate my high scores. So hopefully it's fun for you guys. And like I said, there'll be free prizes just for playing. So. Alright, man, we are at a couple hours here. I think I'm going to wrap things up. My Cloud Code tokens should get renewed here in about 45 minutes, so I'm going to do some more vibe coding. And I have to build my oldest daughter a spelling test app, because I built her a math app and she absolutely loved it. So it's one way to get her to really like doing homework and having fun. So there we go. Take the kids on vacations when they are at the appropriate age. Those times can be memorable for the children. Amen. 100%, Lon. Sounds like you speak from experience there, bro. Dementia could come at any time. Well, hopefully not, man. But definitely enjoy, 65. I think you got hopefully you have a lot of years left. Enjoy your years. Hopefully you're retired at 65 and you're able to enjoy your golden years, right? But yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I am the more frugal one in the family, so I don't like to spend money. I like to save it in investment and invest it for, just in case or the future, things like that. But my wife knows how to spend it. But what I'm getting at is I do, in my mind, I splurge a little on vacation. So we did a cruise for the holidays 2025. One of the best things I've spent money on. We had a small little suite with a balcony. It fit all 5 of us. Had room service. I actually ended up getting sick on there, and it was still one of the best vacations that I've ever had. I mean, just so much time with the family, so many pictures, videos, all kinds of cool stuff, man. Can't believe everything I see on the internet. What do you mean? It's on the internet. It has to be true. Nothing on the internet is false, is it? 100%, Lon. I can tell you're a wise guy, man. You got a sense of humor. I appreciate that for sure. But yeah, I plan on doing another vacation this year. I'm not sure where yet. My wife, one of her big bucket list things. She's never even been on a plane. She'll be 40 this year. I've only been on a plane once, and that was when I was like 12 years old. But she wants to go somewhere with turquoise water, so like super clean, clear water, and white sand beach. So I think I can figure that out. National parks. Hey, believe it or not, bro, that is one of my big ones. I have a 2-year-old right now, so it's kind of hard, even with the 4-year-old, but the 2-year-old, like trying to do any kind of hikes or anything, even little short ones like half miles to go see stuff. It's really hard. Like we went to the Grand Canyon last year too, and my wife was she was 1 at the time, my 1-year-old, and it's just hard, man. They start crying and they need diapers. You got to kind of set your expectations when you go places like that. We did the Sequoias not that long ago, so I'm a big national park guy. I love it. Like that's one of my things. I love Route 66 road trips. I've only done a small little stretch of the route, but I want to do the whole route one day. I love those funky roadside attraction things, and I love national park. I love America, what America has to offer. I don't think you have to go outside of the country. If you do, that's great, but I think there's so much to see in America, and I plan on seeing a lot of it eventually with my family for sure. Exactly, dude. Yeah. Going on road trips. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we still go places, but like I said, the expectations, you kind of got to set them because 2, 4, and 6, yeah, you're in for a little something special there. And it's crazy. Like, it's so hard to relax or even let your guard down for half a second when you have a 2, 4, and a 6-year-old. I'll tell you a quick story here before I jump off. We went to the Grand Canyon, and super amazing experience. I love Arizona, Williams, Arizona. A lot of little small towns in there are just awesome. But we ended up staying in Williams, which is like the gateway to the Grand Canyon, right? And it was a long drive. I drove the whole way. And we got there, and I was ready for a beer and ready to relax, right? So we unpacked, put everything in the room, and we're headed to a restaurant brewery. There's I think it's called the Grand Canyon Brewery, or the Williams Brewery. There's a brewery right there in Williams. Amazing if you've never been there. One of the coolest breweries I've ever been to. But anyway, we're headed there, so we're leaving the room, going to the elevators, and my youngest, she was 1 at the time, going on 2. She walks up to the elevator, and I'm pushing the bellhop cart thing with the luggage is already unloaded. I'm pushing that to take it back to the lobby. And my wife's watching the other 2, and the youngest runs to the elevator just for, put your guard down for a half second. Puts her hand on the elevator, and the elevator door opens and takes her hand, and her whole hand to the wrist disappeared inside of the door. And I was, oh my God, dude. thank you God, thank you Jesus that nothing bad happened. But we were both so scared, right? Like my wife started going there and pulling, she couldn't get her out, and she's panicking, and I ran over there, and I don't know, something else took over, dude. I pushed the door like inward, and I grabbed her, and I just pulled her, and it came right out, and I was like, oh. One of the scariest things that ever happened. I'll never forget that, but didn't break her hand or anything. I mean, thank you God that turned out the way it did. But yeah, I guess rambling on, it's a little bit different when you go on a vacation with little kids like that. So my wife says we're not on vacation, we're just parenting in another location. So I think that's a good way to put it. But you can still create a lot of good memories for sure. Hey man, I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. I think maybe this is my second live stream ever. So I just want to say thanks for everyone for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate you subscribing, because this game and a lot of other cool stuff is coming soon to bootableusbs.com, and I have a lot of videos coming as well. So I don't live stream very often because, like I said, I've got 3 little kids and my wife, and I don't have a dedicated office or anything like that. So it's almost impossible to live stream unless none of them are home. So believe it or not, I had a little bit of downtime, and I was, wanted to interact with the community. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to drop me a line on one of my videos, or jump on the Discord server. The link is in the chat. Scroll up, and I hope you all have a great weekend. And 40,000, that's a pretty good score, but I think someone out there is going to beat it when this game is released and end up with some good store credits. So again, hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until the next one, you guys take care. Bye.